Hello, one more time in this Q&A for our mentors in Leader. This time, here it is Andrés Rodrigues. He has created his own startup. He has jumped into a high growth startup in Spain, and right now, head of engineering at Jeff, operating in more than 35 countries with his super app, and also managing a team of more than 80 people, right? So thank you for being here and dedicating this time for answering these questions.
Thank you to you, Alvaro, and all the leader team.
Thank you. So let's go with the first one. Which is your favorite content and why?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I used to dive in Medium, trying to learn and read from different opinions and different skill sets. So I'm not going to answer like the typical answer of I love this podcast or whatever, but in terms of management, I like two persons particularly at this moment. One of them is Felix Lopez. He's an engineering manager, the Medium account of Felix Lopez, an engineering manager at Eventbrite. It's Google, and he talked a lot about management, one-on-ones, how to structure your team, etc. And another account that I liked so much is Mark Ravkin. It's hard to me to pronounce the surname, but I like so much those two accounts. And I think that from a technical point of view, I love like all engineers in the world to read Martin Fowler and his website is pretty good when you are trying to learn about patterns, architecture, and all of that.
Great. What about your reference leader? Who is, why, and what you learn from him or her?
I would say Elon Musk from a vision point of view. I love the ambition of reaching the stars. From a experience working with a big leader, I would say Stanis de Martin. He was the general manager at Citibox, and now is general manager for customer solutions in Google. He's absolutely brilliant, and I learned so much from him. I would love to work with him again.
What do you think is the number one skill to become a successful leader in tech?
Well, I think that is about aligning people. That's the hardest part, because solutions, when you're a small team, it's easy to define or micromanage a small team. But when you have a lot of people and you can talk with all of them every day, the question is how you can align them to giving them the responsibility and the ability to make great decisions in your products and your technology. I think that that's the most important thing that you can do as a leader.
Right. What do you like most of being CTO, head of engineering, this kind of leadership role in tech?
Well, as you said, I'm not a CTO, but I like so much having the big picture and trying to make the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Um, it's a very challenging job because you have many abstract things and you don't have you have a lot of uncertainty over many things. But I think that that's the incredible part of this role.
Which is the biggest challenge you have faced as a tech leader?
Well, I think that many of us faced a pretty hard year on 2020 because of the COVID-19. So, well, restructuring some teams, trying to figure out if we need to move the vision or the objective of the company, trying to align a lot of people that have a lot of uncertainty over what is going to happen with their lives and their jobs was something really hard to manage, and many decisions to make in very small time, So I think that it was 2020 was my challenge, my biggest challenge this year. This year was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even when this is not finished yet, but which would you say is the biggest takeaway from this experience this year?
Well, as a leader, you must to decide. I mean, the people is expecting you to make decisions, and you will have a lot of uncertainty around what is good and what's not, but you need to make them even if you are not absolutely sure. So I think that make decisions is your job. Many people won't be agree with that, but with your decision, because it's impossible to make happy all people, but everyone is waiting for you to decide. So you cannot procrastinate that part of your job, even when you prefer to be at your bed and don't go to the office that day.
What about your favorite working app?
Well, I love workflowing. Not much people use it, but I like it because it's a very simple tool to make lists, and I have a mental framework to manage my own time. When you have many things every day, you need something to have a clear idea about what you need to achieve today. So I use Workflowy to make lists, and it's probably the app that I use most in my daily job.
Great. Final one. This one single tip that you would give to aspiring CTOs?
Well, I think that if you are sure that you want to be a CTO, start doing things, start moving, because you always will have the imposter syndrome. I mean, when I speak with other CTOs, I spend some of my free time talking with CTOs, heads, VPs of engineering or product, and almost everyone have the imposter syndrome in their daily life, you know. So you won't feel prepared ever. So this is about having a clear idea about your objective, understand what you are good on and what not, and start learning and be stronger in the parts that you don't know right now. But start doing things, because if not, your success or your career success is not on you, it's in your context. So start moving.
Yeah, great tip. Thank you. We will move to a technical question in your expertise area. So given that you are running and managing big teams, in this case, more than 80 people, I would ask, how are you sure that when you deliver a message and you have something that needs to be done, how do you ensure that the message is clearly understood by the whole team when you are just leading leaders? You are not on a daily contact with all the people. How do you do it?
As a leader, a very important part of your job is creating new leaders. You should be very good at that. I mean, at least at the end of the day, you are not able to talk with all the team every week. So you need some ways to ensure that your message and what you want to make the team understand is arriving to them. So for that, you need great communicators, and you need to spend time with them, teaching them how to be great leaders, how to be great communicators, and ensuring that things are happening. So for me, that the most important part is be honest with yourself about if you have leaders or not. And if you're not, you need to understand if you have people that you can teach, or you need to bring new people in the team. But if you don't have great engineer managers, great product managers, and this kind of role, you probably will fail creating a great culture, because you can't talk with all the team every week.
So, end of the questionnaire. Thank you so much for your time, Andres, and see you soon.
Thank you, Alvaro. See you.